to the last on the couch rewind until I make it to Florida today, because and of course I'm reviewing Return of the Jedi. I actually meant to do this last night, but I was hanging out with some friends and I fell asleep, so that happened. So I'm going ahead and shooting it now because I only have a few hours before I leave. It's 7:36 at the time of this recording, so I have to go ahead and get this fast. Maybe hopefully get through Phantom Menace before I leave. So this thing won't be posted until either I land, or it may not be posted until tomorrow. But I am going to try and also watch episode 2 and 3, get those shot, edited, and up before I go see Force Awakens Monday. At least that's the plan for Force Awakens. So Return of the Jedi. So this movie is the movie in the original trilogy that is liked the least. Growing up, I honestly, at the time when I was a kid, I thought this was my favorite one because it was the big epic finale. It saw Luke grow up to be a badass. It showed Darth Vader's story being revealed more. Leia and her sexy slave outfit. Fuck, it's like every kid had their first erection just from that. I was one of them. So yeah, but as I got older, I kind of realized that I totally understand why this would be the lesser one. This would be the one that's least liked, because it takes a while to get to the main story. It does. The entire first act, which is about 30 to 45 minutes in, is a rescue mission, is to rescue Han, is to stop Jabba the Hutt. It takes 45 minutes for this entire act to end. Honest, and as cool as that scene was, it does seem a little unnecessary. It really does. And apparently, I'm not the only one who realized this. But it's great to see Tatooine again. It's great to see like this atmosphere of Jabba's palace again. Just like kind of invoking that style of the cantina, but bigger, with more creatures, more aliens, just more of a even bigger wretched hive of scum and villainy than the Mos Eisley spaceport was. Honestly, looking at Jabba's palace, Mos Eisley is like fucking Naboo compared to Jabba's palace, because Jabba's palace is icky and gross, and this is like a powerful crime lord, and you're thinking, why would anyone want to work for this guy? And then you see Jabba, and he's just this giant, fat, filthy slug, and you think, how can you take this guy seriously? And you realize he's a pretty intimidating guy. He really is. So yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why this movie's not as good. You also got the space battles, which they're good, but they're not, the stakes aren't as raised as they were in the original. It's really the main focus is on Endor. The main battle is on Endor and in the Death Star, the second Death Star. And the reason why I'm not going into story on it is because everyone knows the story too. But it's the finale. It is. It's the finale for the next, until 19 years later. And so we get So all the actors who come back, every single one of them, give it their all. I mean, even Harrison Ford, who doesn't want to be there? Who doesn't want to be here, honestly? And you know what? Fine. And he gets the comedic, he's the comic relief, actually. He's the secondary comic relief next to R2 and 3PO. And he gets some of the goofy faces and one-liners. I'm just thinking, you know, it's very evident Harrison Ford doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want to do any more of these. You know what? I can honestly understand that. I get it. But damn, is he giving it his all to make it enjoyable? If this is his last, since what is supposedly at the time the last Star Wars movie, might as well go out with a bang, man. With his acting, it was fun. It was great. And of course, Mark Hamill is the best thing about this movie, though. Mark Hamill is. He's the one, again, he's the one that grows. He's the one that grows the most. He's the one with the defining character arc of going from a simple farm boy who dreamt of more to becoming a important figure of the Rebel Alliance, a commander there. He has his own squadron, and he's training to be a Jedi. And then you end it with him already mastering the Force. He's a Jedi Knight, and he's conflicted with really between having to kill his father and trying to save him. And that's awesome, because here you have Obi-Wan and Yoda telling him these two are Jedi. Now keep in mind, this is before the prequels, but I'm going to incorporate this using the prequels. A Jedi always holds life sacred in everything. That's the rule. That's the rule of the Jedi. That's that's part of the code, is everything is sacred, including your enemies. And yet Yoda and Obi-Wan are telling him, yeah, we know he's your dad, but he's long gone. Go ahead and kill him. You have no choice in this. And Luke is saying, no, I'm not going to kill him, my father. I know what he's done, but I know there's good in him. I felt it. I can feel it. And honestly, he sticks by it. Even to the bitter end, he sticks by the fact that he's going to do everything he can to save his father. Even after, except for that brief moment where he's very close to the dark side after Vader threatens Leia, who, yes, we all, at this point, we all know, our brother and sister. Which makes every scene that involves Luke and Leia and Han even funnier. Every single scene that you see throughout the original trilogy is fucking hilarious. You're busting up laughing, knowing exactly what is about to be revealed in the last movie. You know what's gonna happen, and it is goddamn funny. But you can get the conflict of this. You totally get it. And of course, Leia, she's matured. The slave outfit has indeed shown that. Oh, Carrie, what happened? I mean, from what I hear, from what I've seen, she also looks fantastic. I mean, from what I've seen recently, she looks fantastic, and I'm glad she's finally sobered up. But you look back and you just went, damn, man, you went through some rough shit, didn't you? But yeah, she's matured. She's now a leader. She's not seen as a princess anymore, and I don't know whether that was meant intentional, or they just completely forgot that she was a princess. It's really hard. but it gives her more character because now she doesn't want to be a princess anymore. She is a much more active leader. She's going out in the field. She's part of a command squad. She's working under Han, which is funny considering Han is a general, she is a princess. She should have higher command, but she's deciding to be under his command just because they're boning. That's why. And Lando somehow becomes a general just like that. It's like, not counting the expanded universe, since that's no longer canon, we don't know how that happened. I hope there's a story or a comic book that takes place between Empire and Return that will explain it. I know there was during the expanded universe, but like I said, that's not canon anymore. Chewbacca is Chewbacca. And anyone else notice, like, there's like a patch of like gray hair all on his lip that makes it look like a mustache? Let me know in the comments below if you also notice this, because me and my buddy Miguel noticed it, but I'm wondering if it's just me. I'm just curious. Let me know in the comments below if you noticed the mustache, the Wookiee stash, as well. As well. Let's see what else. And of course we get new characters. We got Admiral Akbar, Nien Nunb, Jabba the Hutt. Not counting his appearance in his shitty CGI appearance in A New Hope. We get Boba Fett back, which is really sad because they built him up to be this badass and he just goes down like a bitch, which is funny, but it's kind of disappointing. But he's still popular. Hell, I love Boba Fett. See, I fucking love Boba Fett because he is a badass. You read some of the shit he's in, he's a badass. And of course we got the Emperor, played by Ian McDiarmid, who is fucking awesome in this movie. He is. He just gives it his all. He obviously enjoys this movie because this is like his big break. And then and of course he comes back for the prequels, which, let's face it, he's like one of the few best things about those movies. But I'll get to those next time. And then you got Darth Vader. Again, his arc is gets completed as well. And you can tell there are moments where, yeah, you can tell there is conflict in him. There's a line where he's talking to Luke, and this is when this is when he surrenders himself to Vader, and they're just having a conversation. Vader just straight up says, "It's too late for me, son." And it never sounded like a ha ha ha, it's too late for you. You can never turn me back. Ha ha ha. It sounded more like, "Son, I hate to disappoint you, but I'm too far gone. I've done some shit. There's no turning me back. I'm sorry." That's what it sounded like. That's really a testament to James Earl Jones's performance in this. And I know, I'm sorry, I should have mentioned more of that in the other videos, where in the first one he's just intimidating as fuck. The second one he's still intimidating, he's mysterious, but you could tell there's more of a human side to him. Here he's very human. It is indeed the dark side and the light side fighting. It's like Anakin Skywalker just popped up inside of him and going, "Hey, I think it's time for our showdown inside to take over this bot, to see who wins this body again." It's not blatant. It's not like in your face. They're not shoving it down your throat. It's very subtle, but you can tell it's happening. You can tell by the inflections in James Earl Jones's voice that there is conflict. So there's that. Now to go into the performance of Anakin Skywalker, played by Sebastian Shaw. Now, Sebastian Shaw is not bad, but I feel like if you knew the backstory behind this, you could justifiably be mad at this situation. Like I said, and nothing against Sebastian Shaw. He did a fine performance for the 2 minutes that he was in this. He did pretty well. But knowing that David Prowse has been Darth Vader for 3 movies. Now, the reasoning behind James Earl Jones voicing him is because in the dailies, David Prowse said the lines. They were bad. And it's because he has a very high-pitched Scottish accent. That's why. And they were laughably bad. And so they decided to bring in James Earl Jones to dub him over. But I found out that recently I found out that David Prowse was going to be, when they unmasked him, they were going to have him be Anakin Skywalker, which makes sense. I mean, here's the guy who plays the body of Darth Vader. He's the one who's been through it all. Hell, at that time, he was about the age that Anakin would have been when he died. He was about, he was about 46. If I'm correct, he was if he was 46, or at least he was around his mid to late 40s. When at the time of Return of the Jedi, which is around the same age Anakin died, because I did the math. I did the math, and I hate math. I suck at that. But anyway, and he was promised. He was going to be the reveal. He was going to be part of the unmasking. He was going to be the one who got to have his face finally shown. Just basically, of course in the makeup. Because we had that shot in Empire where his head just very scarred. And I'm pretty sure, and I'm convinced I think that was David Prowse's head. Anyway, he runs into Sebastian Shaw. And of course, I could be mistaking on the story, but this is how I remember it. He runs into Sebastian Shaw, who tells him, yeah, I'm going to be in Star Wars. I'm going to be in the new Star Wars movie, David. He didn't know that David Prowse had no idea Sebastian Shaw was going to play the unmasked Anakin Skywalker until last minute. And rightfully so, that would piss off anybody. That would. But also it's kind of shot in the foot for him, because he was also given the role of Conan the Barbarian, and he said no. Okay, he helped give us Arnold, but you know what? I'm pretty sure you could have been a really big star with Conan the Barbarian as well, and I'm sure you're regretting that. Because Return of the Jedi did not do you any favors. So I'll be right back, and I'm going to talk about the real stars of this movie, and also give final scores. And so the real stars of this movie, the Ewoks. What do I think about the Ewoks? All right, so everyone hates Ewoks. It's a popular thing. They hate Ewoks because originally, even George Lucas admitted this. Originally, the Ewoks were going to be Wookiees. Where we're actually instead of Endor or yeah, instead of Endor, it was going to be Kashyyyk, where the final battle was going to take place. And that would have been cool. Seeing all these, seeing Chewbacca's people would have been cool. But unfortunately, what happened was budgetary reasons and marketability. The fact that you have all these Wookiees that are going to look alike, and then you got Chewbacca. Which one are you going to have? You can't have both, apparently. So George decided to stick with Chewbacca because he wanted, because of course you're going to need Chewbacca, and decided to go with something a little more marketable towards kids, which were a bunch of tiny little Teddy Ruxpins. What do I think of Ewoks? Yes, they are nothing more than fucking toys. However, when I watched this, I realized that that Star Wars ended up becoming an Amazon cannibal movie. I'm not fucking with Ewoks. No. Ewoks are not meant to fuck with. They will fuck your shit up. Okay? They will motherfucking fuck your shit up. Now, yes, the metaphor is nature versus industrialism. Nature's going to win. There's more to it. Those things are vicious fucking little monsters, okay? Alright, when I was a kid, during the party scene, the Yub Nub scene, when they showed the Ewoks playing bongos on Stormtrooper helmets, I always thought that there were severed heads in those helmets. And I am still convinced there are severed fucking heads in those helmets. Not to mention, there are moments during the battle, the Ewoks ambush stormtroopers and just start beating them with with rocks, and they just keep doing it. I'm like, I know this is a PG, but I'm pretty sure those guys are bloodied and maimed and just they're practically Korean barbecue at this point. Though, yeah, those guys are, yeah, no, those stormtroopers became meals. Fuck. I mean, hell, they were gonna eat Han, Luke, Chewbacca, and somehow, but I'm pretty convinced they could, R2-D2. They were gonna eat R2-D2. I'm not fucking with them at all. Fuck that shit. If it wasn't for the Ewoks, Rebels would have lost. Okay? They actually contributed to shit. I'm not kidding here. Alright? I'm not fucking with Ewoks. Ewoks are awesome. Anyone who says otherwise, go fuck yourself. Alright? And if you got a problem with it, leave it in the comment below, and I will still tell you to go fuck yourself. I will use this as a thumbnail in response. Okay? Fuck you. Ewoks are awesome. Go fuck yourself. And there goes my fan base. What little I have. And yeah, special effects, again, are really good. They're really good. For the little amount of time you see space battles, they are fucking awesome. You're just like, holy shit, this is awesome. But I wish there was more of the space battle and less of the ground battle, but I get why. One, we need to show more of the child toys, and two, the rest of the main characters are on Endor, or on the third moon of Endor. Third, fourth. Was it third or fourth moon? Third. Oh yeah, third moon of Endor. Yeah. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, does this movie have problems? Yeah, and the biggest problem is it takes too long to get to the main story. And even when it gets to the main story, it goes in separate paths. It just zigzags. Instead of going in a straight line from point A to point B, it just keeps going all over the place. And that is indeed the problem. It's still enjoyable. I'm still gonna watch this movie. I'm still gonna watch this movie more times than the fucking prequels. I still am. And then you got, and of course you have what I'm going to review next, which is Phantom Menace, which has that problem as well, but I'll get into that next time. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, get this on my computer, and pack this shit up so I can catch my flight later. So final score for Return of the Jedi is a 9 out of 10. It's still not as good, but I enjoyed the shit out of it anyway. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, that's it. Until then, I will see you guys next time. May the Force be with you again. And anyone who's traveling just like me, y'all have yourself a very safe trip to meet family, friends, whoever, and you have yourselves a wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah, if you guys are still celebrating it right now, Kwanzaa, Festivus for the rest of us, whatever. You all have yourselves a wonderful holiday season. Until I see you with Phantom Menace, y'all have yourselves a wonderful holiday season. I'll see you later. Bye.
Martin looks at nothing.